Shortly, we'll be closing the program, and as we do, each year with the partisan song, Zog Nit Keynmol, in Yiddish. The title means, never say, this is the final word for you. The lyrics were written in 1943 by a young Yiddish poet and inmate of the Vilna ghetto, Hirsch Glick. Hirsch was inspired to write the song by the Warsaw Ghetto uprising, and Zog Nit Keynmol was adopted by Jewish partisan groups operating in Eastern Europe. It has become a symbol of resistance against Nazi Germany's persecution of the Jews. My Zayda, Oscar Borecki, was 11 years old when his shtetl in Nevada, Poland, was destroyed by the Nazis. The Jews were forced into a ghetto and put to work with virtually no food, while the Nazis conducted mass executions, Shritta. My Zayda twice escaped the ghetto, alone, and fled into the forest. On one occasion, he was hidden by his older brother on the rooftop of a 4-story ghetto workhouse in an attempt to avoid the execution of the children while the parents were at work. The rooftop was empty, but after 2 to 3 hours, he intuitively had a bad feeling and disobeyed his brother's instructions and managed to climb 5 levels down the drain pipes whilst avoiding Polish police guards. He escaped into the forest. Some days later, he heard that the Nazis had brought sniffer dogs and found 18 children hiding on that rooftop. In front of the parents, the Nazis threw the children into the trucks below to their death. Each time, my Zayda was forced to return to his family in the ghetto due to anti-Semitic villages in the countryside. He was aware that Germans rewarded villagers with a pound of sugar for every Jewish child they captured and handed over. After the 3rd mass execution, my great-grandfather told my Zayda he must leave and not return. He told my Zayda, from now on, you are no longer a Jew. You have hope and you can survive. Geh gesundheit. I cannot begin to imagine what my Zayda and his father felt, as they probably knew they would never see each other again. Not long after, the ghetto was liquidated, and all the Jews, including my Zayda's parents and 3 brothers, were murdered by the Nazis and their collaborators. My Zayda fled to the forest and the local villages, running for 3 weeks, sleeping in barns, haystacks, and fields, pretending to be a Gentile and covering some 60 kilometers before making contact with the Borecki partisans. This Jewish partisan contributed to one of the most significant Jewish resistance efforts against Nazi Germany. The partisans took my Zayda into their forest camp, where his older sister, Froma, had already found shelter. By then, my Zayda was 12. He was trained to act as a scout in German-controlled villages, where he would blend in with the local population so he could observe German activity and deliver a message to the Borecki partisans. He was instructed on what to say and what not to divulge. He was taught to climb trees, ride a horse, and read tree markings indicating secret trails. His most important task was to memorize and pass messages to the partisans' contacts. Even though the partisans generally operated at night, my Zayda undertook many dangerous missions alone in the German-controlled villages during the daytime. My Zayda and his sister Froma were among 1,230 Jews saved by the Borecki partisans and liberated by Soviet troops in May 1944. When they returned home to their shtetl, the neighbors had occupied the vacated Jewish homes and often commented, disappointingly, that so many Jews had survived. Oscar and Froma realized they had no family and no home. My Zayda said that they felt like ghosts in their own town. My Zayda and other Jewish partisans sang the partisan song to fortify their courage and celebrate their victories against the Nazis. In fact, my Zeta led the partisan song on stage at Yom Hashoah at Borecki College in 2001. My father has told me that whenever my Zeta sang the partisan song, he would sing it as an anthem, very seriously and proudly, like a partisan about to leave his next mission. Thank you.